Yo, what is up, guys? It is Card Shuffler 99 here. Today, we're going to show you guys a really cool card trick. But before we get into that, we do have a giveaway going on our channel. We're giving away 3 pairs of AirPods. So if you guys want to be entered in this giveaway, first of all, make sure to like this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Turn those notifications on, which is the bell icon. Make sure to comment at least one time on our YouTube channel. Also, we'll have a link in our description to our Instagram where you got to follow us. And also like our post. And then we also have a link to our Amazon page that will be in the description down below if you guys are interested in getting anything from Amazon, especially since we're in quarantine. We'll have a link in the description where you guys can check out our Amazon website page. And anyways, guys, we got a really cool card trick for you guys today. Let's get right on into it.
So what I'd do is I'd ask the spectator to shuffle the cards if they would like. They could. If they would like to, they can do whatever they want. You can shuffle it. It doesn't matter. So, after they are satisfied, I would ask them to select a card. So, let's say they selected this one right here. I'm not going to look at it. You guys can. I'm going to turn my head. Hopefully, you guys got the card. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at somewhere to the center of the deck, just like that, and maybe give the deck a few cuts. Now, what we're going to do is sometimes the spectator doesn't believe their card is, completely lost in the deck. So, I would ask the spectator to lift up around half the deck. Doesn't matter exactly where. Maybe they want a few more, maybe they want a few less. And choose a pile. So let's say they chose this one right here. We're going to flip it over. Let's say they chose this one. Doesn't matter which one they chose. And what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle the halves together just like this. So here we go. So we're going to shuffle the halves together. And we can push them in. We can have the spectator really push them together to make sure they're really shuffled. And you know what? We can actually do it one more time if we would like. And here we go. To really make sure that the cards are completely mixed together and I have no idea where the selection is, we can even give it a overhand shuffle like this. And if the spectator wants to cut the deck, they sure can. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to spread out the deck here. We can show you. If we take the spectator's finger, I don't have a spectator, and if they waved it over the deck, I could actually feel there's a connection with one card right here. And it just happens to be their selection, the 9 of clubs. That is the trick, guys. Let's learn how to do this. So basically, you're able to find their card face down in the deck without knowing it. And yeah, once again, you are left with a little bit of a mess after the trick. So here's what you're going to do. This uses the principle of a key card, where you basically remember a card and their selection happens to be above or below it. So here we go. We're ready to continue here. So basically, once again, impromptu, no setup, any deck of playing cards, and yeah, pretty simple. Just make sure there's no duplicates, so it doesn't look suspicious like anything like that. But we're gonna get right into the trick. So the deck truly can be shuffled before the trick starts by the spectator or yourself. It really doesn't matter. So the spectator can actually shuffle the cards before the trick even starts. So they can shuffle it, you can shuffle it. It doesn't 100% matter who shuffles it. So always make sure your spectator is satisfied with the shuffling of the deck. Otherwise, it doesn't make it, as good of a trick for them. So we're going to get right into it. So they can select any card. So let's say they select this one. And it doesn't matter if you see it or not, because you're going to be finding their card face down. It's better if you don't see it, but for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm just going to look at it, the Jack of Clubs. So it doesn't matter if you really do or don't see it. It just looks better if everyone else knows, but you don't. But if you can peek at the card any way possible, that's perfectly fine. So it doesn't really matter. Just have them select a card, and you just have to control it to the top of the deck. So what I did in the performance was I took the selection, I placed it somewhere in the middle, just like that. And before it's like maybe half an inch, before it goes in, I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to push down on the card while I push in. This will create a natural break in the playing cards. Now from here, I'll transfer it to a pinky break if I want to cut the cards on the table. So I cut about half the cards above the break, right? And then I'm going to take the rest of the cards above the break. And then I'm going to take the rest, like where the break is, which is their selection, and place that on top. And that simply controls their cards to the top of the deck. Or you could do a double undercut, which is what I did in the performance. So you push it in, once again, right before it goes into the deck, you push down on your thumb, gets a natural break. You're going to take half the cards below the break. You're going to move it to the top, and you're going to take the rest of the cards below the break and move it to the top. And this controls their card to the top of the deck. Now, let's say if you guys do want to find their card or know what their card is, simply just do a quick overhand shuffle. So after you control it to the top, just peel off the top card, which will be theirs. Do a quick overhand shuffle. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a little 180 turn, just like that. But it's going to be like this, so only you can see that. Like from my angle, I can see it. So what you're doing is you're going to turn the deck 180, you're going to look at the card, and you're going to go back. So it's just like that. It looks like you're squaring up the deck. And then from there, you can control it back to the top. That's if you want to peek. So if you're doing this trick multiple times, maybe the next time you can find it face up. And I'll show you guys how to do that in a bit. So after you control their selection to the top of the deck, doesn't matter if you know it or not, what you're going to do is you're going to ask them to lift up on about half the deck. And whatever you do, just flip over this half right here. So if they choose this one, say where their card is, just know where their card is. If you know where their card is, just flip over the other one. So if they choose this one, you say, all right, we're going to flip this over. Or they say, all right, I want to choose this one. You say, all right, you take this one, or we're going to set this one aside, and we're going to take this one, and we're going to flip it over. So just make sure the one with their card stays face down. Now, this is all you have to do when you're shuffling the cards. You're going to be shuffling this pile. Their card is going to be face down. This pile is face up. You're going to start shuffling the cards, just like this. And what you're going to do, in the face-up pile, you want to get one card left. It shouldn't be too hard. It's not going to take a lot of practice. When you have one card left in this pile, the face-up pile, put the rest of the cards down and put the face-up card on top. And you're going to have to remember this card. So it's one face-up card, and then it's going to be the selection. So I'll go over that one more time here. So their selection's on top right here. You're going to be dribbling down the cards. Wait till you get one card left in the face-up pile. So it's just the ace of clubs. One card left. Put down the rest of these cards, and then put the ace of clubs or whatever face-up card is going to be on top. From here, you push the cards together. And this will make sure, you have to remember this card, that their selection is going to be right below your key card. So key card is when you remember it, and their selection is going to be below it. So you know their selection is right here. I like to give it a quick overhand shuffle if you would like, but just make sure you grab a huge packet of cards. That way you don't mix up the order. Because if you actually shuffle the cards, you actually can do another riffle shuffle, but just make sure you don't mix up the order of these two cards. So if you do another riffle shuffle, like this, just keep these two cards on top, right? So these cards stay in order. The other cards don't matter. From here, you can do an overhand shuffle. Just take a huge packet of cards off. Not just two. Just take like a big packet, and then you can actually mix up the rest. Just make sure you take a big packet. And then you can also give the deck some cuts. They can cut the cards if they would like. Not an overhand shuffle or a riffle shuffle, but they can definitely cut the cards. So, after they're satisfied, you can spread through the deck. You can have them put their finger, say, move it along the deck. Or just put your finger out like this and go through the cards and look for your key card. And then once you find your key card, you're going to say, something's magical about this card. And then you can show it out and show it to be their selection. Now, let's say you did this trick once and they want you to do it again. So if you remember earlier, if you control their selection to the bottom of the deck and do a quick 180 peek, the next time you do it, you do everything the same, except you just flip the entire deck over. And since you did the 180 peek, or you turned the deck 180, you found out where their card is, you can spread through the deck and ask them to do it again, and you can easily find their selection. So all you have to do is turn over the deck, right? Go through, and since you already know what their card is, since you did the 180 peek, you'll know exactly what it is. So that is the trick, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and this is Card Shuffler 99. Peace out.